welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to give you guys a review on Kierra Sheard's book, Bold and Beautiful. And it's so inspiring. It was so well written. I feel like she aimed for a certain target and she went there and she successfully did what she needed to do in the book. I felt like every chapter, it was definitely very relatable. Some people can relate to it. I can relate to it. Like, I was reading it and I was kind of like, you know, it kind of put in a perspective on why I feel like things are not happening when I want it to happen. And kind of like, just kind of like saying that, there's so many people out here who's trying to put you in different directions, whether it's your family, whether it's your parents, whether it's your friends, whether it's the devil himself. Like, it was such a good book. It was such well written. And I think every chapter I was just like, wow, like, the scriptures at the end of each chapter was everything. And just, her wisdom she gave throughout the story, and her own story at that. Nothing is more real than telling your own story from experience. Anybody can tell you to follow God and this is God's way. Anybody can tell you to, she's not your friend. In this, I feel like she put it into perspective as how we should put life into perspective. This is your life. You're breathing air through your body. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, I read the book in a day and a half. And I started on I believe, maybe a Wednesday. And I was done my Thursday on my lunch break at 12. That's how good it was. It was so good. I couldn't stop. I couldn't put it down. It was definitely necessary for me to read that book at that time and that place. And my friend Nicole, shout out to her, she actually recommended the book to me, and I felt like I felt like it was hot because the things that in some of the chapters that Kierra shared said she was experiencing, I was feeling that same way, and I was experiencing, and I felt like that was just God trying to talk to me through Kierra. She was trying to talk to me through God. Like, I don't know, but I just felt like it was so good. It was so inspiring. It was so heartfelt. It was kind of emotional at some points because I feel like, I'm a plus size girl, and although I feel like I carry myself as having so much confidence in my body, but I have a lot of insecurities as well, and that kind of just helped me, like, like, look at these insecurities and, like, it's okay. You're not a size 2. It's okay that you haven't did this, and that, and you're this age. It's okay if, your business is not going where it should, or you don't have the great team behind you for your business to grow. It's okay to say no to people. It's okay to say yes. So she pretty much put all that perspective. I'm talking fast because it was just that good. Like, I think my mind is just like, like, there's so much I want to say, so much I want to do, but it's like, it was so good. Like, I never read a book like that I truly feel like it really, like, touched me on a spiritual level. It was so good. And I'm not that, how can I say, I'm not that in tune with the Bible as I should be. So when I was reading the scriptures, I like how she put her, talking to God above it. And then I feel like when she put the scriptures, I was able to reference what she said and what she said in the chapter. And it made the scriptures sound good. Because some scriptures I do know, but the ones that I didn't know or the ones I didn't understand, I just kept reading them over and over again so I can get a better understanding of what it meant, what she was trying to say. And it was just amazing, like, with everything, like, with body type, with friends, with your business, with, life in general, and just, living up and understanding your full potential, your worth, and don't take life for granted. And life, nobody is perfect. Like, that's pretty much her main message. So I feel like that's why it's called Bold and Beautiful, because you have to be bold and beautiful. Everybody's beautiful in their own way, and people have their own definition of what beautiful is, being beautiful is. But I don't have the book with me right now, the hard copy, because my friend is reading it right now. But I can say that it was a really good book. And for all my subscribers or anybody who come across this video, please go read it. The book is $12 on Amazon. I'll put that link down below. It's such a good book. I probably will reread it again because it was that good. Like, it was so good. And at first, me reading it, me hearing about it, I thought it was more so tailored for plus size women. But honestly, it's tailored for teens to young adults who's trying to figure out their life, trying to figure out their next step. People who are trying to, know where they belong in the real world outside of being sheltered, outside of, your parents' shadow, and just, walking on your own 2 feet on your own, just trying to figure out life. So, because there's some people who are in their 50s who's trying to figure out their next step. You got people who are coming out of high school. You got people who are just stuck in the midlife crisis. You got people, and it's a pandemic on top of all of that. So, it was so good. Y'all, I had to come on here and do this review before it got too late, because it was so good. Like, it was so good. Like, she did really good. And like reading, I got a little emotional and reading it, because it was just that good. So I definitely recommend going to read Kierra Sheard's new book. I will not steer you wrong. It's something everybody need to hear, everybody need to read, everybody need to see, everybody need to live in their truth. It was so good. And she's such a beautiful person, and so inside and out. I've always loved her. I've always been a big fan of her. When she was in the movies here and there, I love her music. I just thought that she was a beautiful person all around the board, you know. No matter who her parents were and stuff like that, I always thought she was beautiful, and she was talented, and she was a businesswoman, a hardworking businesswoman. I always thought that she had so much potential, and I always thought that she was a good role model. So, and I also thought that I'm so proud of her clothing line, because her clothing line is something that I've always wanted to do for plus size. So, you know, I have, like, yeah, so I definitely can say that it was a really, really good book. Definitely go read it, because you will not be disappointed. If anything, you get a little clarification or understanding. You kind of like get a little backstory of like some little childhood stories that she had in her life, and as it all came together, it ended well, nice. It was like a sandwich. You know, you had the top bread, you put the middle ingredients like the cheese, the condiments, the lettuce, tomato, whatever you put in your sandwich, you had the ending bun, and then you close it off. And that's how it was, like a perfectly good sandwich. Like, it was so good. So good. It's not that thick. It's really paper thin. I mean, not paper thin, but it's thinner than your normal average size book. But it's definitely a good one. Definitely won't be able to take your eyes off it, because it just, I think more so because it just flows so well, and it's so real, and it's so relatable. It's like, okay, keep going. I can relate. Like, I feel like every chapter I could relate, and I know a lot of people out here can relate and just don't know how to share their story. But I think sometimes people feel more confident if they're reading someone else's story rather than sharing their own, because it's always good to know that somebody else is going through what you're going through, and that everybody's going through something. And sometimes the way people are treating you is not necessarily because they dislike you, but it's because they're going through something personal in their own life. They have their own demons. They have their own battles and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to understand. Realize that people are not out to get you, and people are not trying to make your life miserable. It's just that sometimes people don't know how to deal with the devil. People don't know how to deal with, you know, when life gets hard. All people know is how to be mean, when people don't realize that it's so much easier to be nice than be mean. But y'all, when I tell y'all it was so good, like, I could sit and talk about this book all day. Like, it was really, really good. Please go get it. Please go get it. You will not be disappointed. I don't know how many times I have to say that to you guys, but it was so good. But other than that, please go read it. Kierra Sheard, Bold and Beautiful, is on Amazon. $12 and change. If you have Prime, it come in 1 or 2 days shipping. And yeah, but with that being said, I really honestly hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and that bell to be notified when I post a new video. And don't forget to subscribe, because, you know, how else you going to be able to see when I post new content? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.